So, I was just banned from Indonesia, and I become one of the most talked about people in the country, being publicly humiliated by the media and even the government. So, let me explain. This all started after I filed a lawsuit against somebody, following serious issues with land that I spent millions to acquire. After acquiring the land, I made a YouTube video titled, How I Make Millions of Dollars in Bali. In this video, I showcase what an incredible place Bali is, how lovely the people are, how it's one of my favorite places in the world, feature my restaurant Penny Lane, and specifically a 1.1 hectare plot of land that I had just acquired. But soon after this purchase, I began receiving countless calls and messages from Balinese in the community telling me the man I purchased the land from hadn't paid them, broke promises, disappeared, and was not replying. After this discovery, I attempted to negotiate civilly with this man to try and rectify these issues and protect my investment. Imagine spending millions on a deal and then finding out that other people had been wrong done by and you were now left to clean up the mess. I did my due diligence, but sometimes things just don't go to plan. After making multiple attempts to try to resolve things peacefully, this person unfortunately continued to complicate and escalate the situation. Eventually, I reached breaking point and I said enough is enough. Once I involved my lawyers, they uncovered numerous issues. One of the most significant findings was that, allegedly, this man attempted to commit tax fraud by altering the deal's documented price. This manipulation was intended to deceive the government into believing that the deal's value was much lower than what he sold it for, enabling him to pay much less in taxes and defraud the Indonesian people and government. A point to remember about what I'm telling you. So, after finding all of this out, we decided to file a lawsuit because things were getting scary. But just 48 hours after filing this lawsuit, mysteriously, dozens of negative articles and videos appeared online. Coordinated, targeted attacks, all designed to destroy my name and reputation. I was shocked. They took my 6-month-old video and cut out parts where I stated that I just purchased the land and anything else they could throw out of context whilst leaving out anything positive. This is my biggest land purchase ever. This created massive controversy and stirred up emotions within the Indonesian community. Each morning I'd wake up to another 10 videos or articles that had been paid for. These were not organic articles. These articles and videos were orchestrated, allegedly, by the person I sued. It was a targeted attempt to destroy my reputation and hurt my chances of having a fair trial. I am a strong stoic person who prides themselves in their ability to handle emotions, but this was a different type of level than anything I've ever experienced. And to be honest, this week I've lost a lot of sleep, but I will not allow my name to be tarnished any further. This is why I'm making this video. So, let me dive into the facts. After the articles came out, they went super viral. But the first thing they used to attack me was saying that I used the word purchase. This is my biggest land purchase ever. And it is illegal for foreigners to own land in Indonesia. But then they said they checked the land and even my other businesses and said that I own nothing. No businesses, no properties, and no land. Quite an odd thing to say, as nobody ever reached out to me to verify anything. They simply just claimed this and tried to sweep it under the rug. Super odd, right? But what they failed to explain is that I legally purchased the leasehold rights to this land. The entirely legal way for foreign investors to purchase land. Leaseholds in Bali can last decades, and mine will last most of my life. In my video, I said, this is my biggest land purchase ever. And this is the one reason the government has gone on some weird tyrannical mission to make an example out of me. Only because I stated that this is the land I purchased.
I'm going to be showing you the process of buying land.
From the point of buying the land.
Yes, this is the land I purchased for multiple decades, and I spent millions to do so. Just how people worldwide do with leasehold properties. But because I use the word purchase, this is apparently such a big crime that the media have published hundreds of articles and videos trying to destroy my name.
Buying land.
Did you know every single residential property in China is a leasehold? Australia's capital city, Canberra. Every single property is a leasehold. Even in London. Yes, London, England. Almost 40% of all properties are leasehold. So imagine this. You live in London or China and you saved up for years to buy your very first house. It's a monumental experience for you. You fulfilled your childhood dream and bought your very first property. You're ecstatic and over the moon and decide to share your new purchase on social media. But then, 6 months later to your shock, the government holds a press release to publicly humiliate you, call you a liar, say you own nothing, and ban you from the country. Why? All because you said you purchased a house? What an absolute crime you've committed.
I just bought my first ever home here in Bali.
Did you murder somebody? Steal money from investors? Or is it all because you said you purchased a house?
To get the best price is buying a plot of land and building everything yourself.
I'm sorry, but if somebody buys a property on a leasehold for, let's say, 65 years, that will last most likely till they're dead, I would be shocked if you had the same experience as what's just happened to me. I really wouldn't expect anybody to make a post saying, hey guys, I just bought my dream leasehold property expiring in 57 years. No. because that would sound very, very weird.
My wife Casey and I bought a block of land in Bali.
So, I legally acquired the rights to the land, exactly how I should have. Yet nobody ever mentions this. And I can tell you, right now, there is literally no difference in price between owning the freehold or the leasehold. So why wouldn't I do it? That's right. Because it's illegal, and I only wanted to do it the legal way. I still don't really understand why the media and government only cared about me, since it's totally an organic and natural media story that wasn't paid for, right? Kinda like how the media and government doesn't care about any of these people.
I want to go check out more land to buy because prices are going through the roof, and I've never seen something so crazy. Like, you can double your money.
I'm going to be showing you the process of buying land.
It has been a 2-year journey of building my dream house here in Bali, Indonesia, literally from the point of buying the land.
I just bought my first ever home.
Despite the facts, the government issued a statement claiming I own nothing, banned me permanently, blacklisted me, turned this into a national story, and completely humiliated me. They even claim my lies could scare away other foreign investors from Bali. Wait, when you say foreign investors, do you mean somebody who invests millions into Bali, creates thousands of jobs, and businesses that pay loads of taxes? That sounds like somebody I know. Never mind. Anyway, let's talk about Penny Lane, the restaurant they say that I don't own. If I don't own the restaurant, then why do I have access to its financial statements? It seems a bit odd that they would say that I don't own something without ever contacting me to verify it. I'm sorry, but I'm a businessman, and this means setting up things to protect my investments. I'm a shareholder and an owner. Yes, I'm not in the bar making cocktails. I'm structured as a shareholder and investor. It's weird they would say that I don't own it. Do they think that I pass the 3 security at the front and the 100 people working and then hop behind the bar to film this video? Penny Lane is one of the most successful physical businesses on the island. It generates on average $500,000 per month. This revenue contributes to hundreds of Balinese and their families who depend on these jobs. But for some reason, one sentence was taken, and on a technicality, they have done this all to me.
My wife Casey and I, about a year ago, bought a block of land in Bali.
And just to make things clear, any property, business, land or investment that I've ever made in Indonesia has contributed to less than 1% of my total net worth. I made all my money elsewhere, and then only with that wealth I created did I start to invest into Indonesia. A lot of the articles say I made my money in Bali and boast about it to try to show off, but that is absolutely incorrect. I own businesses in over 10 countries, and never once have I ever talked about them. Because I wanted to showcase Bali, because I love Bali, and I love Indonesia and its people, not for any other reason. A lot of these media stories say that I boast about making millions, which yes, I'm guilty of being proud of the things I've accomplished. But in every video, I try to inspire and motivate others to let them know that this is possible. Every video I'm going to try to educate and inspire the next generation to come and to do this. I come from a low-income government benefits household, and this is why I try to motivate everybody to let them know if I can do it, then so can you. Even in my Bali videos, I tried my best to showcase something to add a positive message. But of course, none of these were put in the articles. Life isn't all about money and numbers in a bank account. There are things that you should go and do, be creative, create things. If it's just about money, you'll never be happy. So, my lies of spending millions for the land, my lies of investing into businesses that contributes to hundreds of Balinese families, and they then use me as an example to say that this could scare away foreign investors. Really? The timing of all of this is very mysterious, and the person who allegedly paid for all of these attacks got exactly what he wanted. The campaign succeeded. But nobody's looked into this person, have they? It's very odd, isn't it? Can you imagine having any of this happen to you? Imagine getting into a deal, spending millions legally, finding out you've been lied and cheated to, and then getting absolutely destroyed by the media and government, all because you were trying to protect your investment and the Balinese people involved in this deal. This would never happen in a Western country. Never. Because this would fall into a very weird category of what one could consider of being framed, especially after they checked and looked into everything. And I got banned exactly for what? For using the word purchase?
I want to go check out more land to buy.
But the person who allegedly cheated the Balinese and defrauded the government is still out there sipping coconuts on the beach. It's very odd, isn't it? I've invested millions into Bali. I put Balinese families into housing, their children through school, and donated to countless charities. But I've never put any of that onto social media. I showcase Bali as a beautiful place for family, friends, and investment. I love Indonesia. It's one of my favorite countries. I've been visiting Indonesia since I was 17, before anything existed like what does today, before it was a mega tourist hotspot. So it's extremely disappointing that this is a treatment I've received. Now, the only reason I've made this video is because through my year-long social media journey, I've amassed a strong following of people who have witnessed it. Throughout this journey, I've decided to sell nothing. no courses, no memberships, not even a fucking coffee mug. You know why? Because my name and integrity mean so much to me. I've made my wealth on my own. I did this from nothing. I didn't need a course, I didn't need a membership, I didn't need to sell a single fucking thing. I started documenting my life to inspire the younger version of me, a young kid trying to find people like me to look up to let him know that this is possible. And in trying so hard to protect my reputation by turning away millions in deals that I've been approached for, I've now had the only thing that truly matters to me attacked. My reputation is everything, and a man's reputation is the most valuable thing that he can leave behind. So, I end this video to make it clear how much I hate corruption. These cheap media stories cost a few $100s to produce 10 at a time. And the government, you represent the people. So I trust you will look over the facts closely and stand up against corruption. I hate corruption. I really strongly despise it. I'm sure the Indonesian people feel the same way, because Indonesians are some of my favorite people in the world. I've learned a lot from you guys, and so I have full faith in the Indonesian people and the system to properly look into the facts and make this right.